Good morning. Today we are working on CO46. I can solve inequalities with addition or subtraction. So we need to remember that solving an inequality is very similar to solving an equation. Remember those opposite operations that we were doing. So we're going to go back to opposite operations. And we are going to, let's practice solving these top four problems. See if you can figure out n plus 6 equals 19. What is n? N equals what? Figure it out on your paper. All right, who has an answer? What does n equal, Lila?
N equals 13.
How did you solve that?
I subtracted 6 and 19.
Yeah, you did those opposite operations. If we're adding 6, we want to subtract 6 from both sides to get n by itself. 19 minus 6 is 13. Look at the next one. What does n equal? Raise your hand if you have an answer. Kylie.
8.
How did you get 8, Kylie?
Subtracted 20 minus 12.
Yeah, we did those opposite operations. Here we were adding 12, so we need to subtract 12 from both sides to get n by itself. 20 minus 12 is 8. Next one, what does n equal? Lexi,
12.
how did you get 12, Lexi?
I added 5 to 7.
Yeah, if we're doing those opposite operations, if we're subtracting 5, we want to add 5 to both sides to get n by itself. 7 plus 5 is 12. And our last one, what does n equal? Aiden,
61.
say it louder for me.
61.
How did you get 61, Aiden?
21 plus 20.
Yeah, we did those opposite operations. Minus 21 plus 21 gets us that 0. Plus 21 on the opposite side of the equal sign, 40 plus 21 is that 61. So we need to remember what we learned in the last unit because we are using it again. But now we're going to be using it with inequalities. But we're going to solve it the same way. Just instead of putting an equal sign, we're going to put the inequality sign. So let's see what that looks like. Remember the difference between solving an inequality and solving an equation. Instead of getting the variable by itself and calling it a day, n equals 61, okay, it's not going to be quite as simple. Now we are going to graph, we're going to make that inequality instead of bringing down the equal sign and saying n equals 61. We're going to say the final here, n is less than what number? Okay, so instead of saying n equals this number, it's going to be, oh, what was my inequality symbol? That's what I'm going to put down here. Then we're going to take yesterday's objective of graphing that inequality statement and doing our 3 steps. Doing the number line, doing your circle, open or close, and doing your arrow. So let's look at how this first one works. We're going to solve it the same way we were solving the ones on top. So n is less than what number? James?
20.
Nope.
8.
Because we want n by itself. Right now it's n plus 8 is less than 17. What math do we have to do to figure out what our n is? Same thing we did up top.
Subtraction.
Yeah, because we're adding 8, we want to subtract 8 from both sides. So 8 minus 8 is 0, which leaves n by itself. I'm gonna bring that inequality symbol straight down, making sure I'm bringing down the correct symbol. That is a super easy mistake that students have made in the past. And then you end up graphing it incorrectly because you don't bring down that symbol correctly. So always double check, am I putting the correct inequality symbol? This one says less than, so I need to make sure I have less than here. What is n less than? James?
17.
No.
8.
No. What is 17 minus 8?
9.
9. So you have to do that math to figure out what that n is less than. That's our first part, solving our inequality. Now we need to graph our solution, remembering that we're showing our work. We're not just putting n is less than 9. I can do mental math, I know it. Nope, we're showing it. Show me how you get n is less than 9. Okay? Then we're graphing. What is step 1 of graphing an inequality? Oh, I should see all hands up. We just did an objective on this yesterday. What is the first step, Lila? Making our number line. What is our second step? Again, I should see all hands up. If you don't remember, flip back to yesterday's page. What is our second step, Hudson?
You put a circle and open the close.
Yeah, I make my circle. Is this circle going to be an open circle or a closed circle? What do you think, Nolan? Open, because it's not equal to. There's not that equal line underneath the less than. It's just less than. So it's going to be open. What's my third step, Jack?
Add an arrow to the left.
Yeah, I'm going to put my arrow. And because I want numbers less than 9, I'm going to the left. And we can see that less than is pointing to the left. So I want all those numbers that are less than 9. Let's do another one together. N minus 4 is greater than or equal to 10. How am I going to figure out what n is greater than or equal to? Sophie? Yeah, I'm subtracting 4 here, so I need to add 4 to both sides. Minus 4 plus 4 gets me a 0, so I'm just down to my n. 10 plus 4 is 14. Now I'm going to graph it. What's my first step to graphing? Hudson?
Number line.
Number line. I've got a 14, so I'm going to put 14 on my number line. Second step, Liam.
Open or close circle.
I draw my circle. Which one should it be, open or closed, Kylie?
Close.
Closed, because I have that equal line underneath that greater than. So I need to close off my circle so I know it can be 14 or it can be more than 14. Third step. Sophie, draw my arrow. Which way is this arrow going to go, Sophie? To the right. I want all those numbers that are 14 or greater than, bigger than 14. My symbol points to the right, so my arrow points to the right. Then it says, oh, it gives us that verbal phrase. And we need to make our inequality statement, and then we're going to solve our inequality statement and graph it. So if it says the sum of a number and 9 is greater than 19, what would that inequality statement look like? Nolan P.
N plus 9 greater than symbol 19.
Yeah. The number and 9, and it says sum. We know sum means to add them, and it's greater than 19. Now I need to solve it. So n is greater than what? What math do I have to do? Kylie,
Subtraction.
what am I subtracting, Kylie?
9.
Yeah, we have an add 9, so we need to subtract 9 from both sides. 9 minus 9 is 0, so I get n by itself. What is 19 minus 9? Hudson? 10. So now I have my inequality statement. N is greater than 10. What do I have to do next? Hudson. Number line. What's next? Emma.
Well, the circle
The circle, is it going to be open or closed, Emma?
is going to be open.
It's open because there's no equal sign. What's my third step? Third step. What's the last step to graphing? Liam.
The less than symbol. I mean, the arrow to the left.
The arrow. Now, what symbol is this, Liam?
Oh, the arrow to the left.
Yeah, the arrow's gonna go to the right because it's greater than. We want all these numbers that are bigger than 10. You're gonna do those last three on your own. And let's turn our page and see what we've got on our next page. Solve each inequality, graph your solution, show your work. Oh, it's the same stuff. So you're doing the same math on your second page. And then down at the bottom, it says write an inequality like those above with a variable to solve for using addition or subtraction that has the graph as its solution. So here, we can see it's a closed circle, and the arrow is going to the left, because that's that bold line. Here it's an open circle with our arrow going to the left. So, when it says write an inequality, like the ones that were up above, we're going to have n plus or minus a number. Our inequality equals something. Who thinks they know what they should put for that? Our final answer would be n less than or greater than, James?
Less than.
Less than, because my arrow's going to the left. Do I want an equal sign under it or not?
No.
Yes. Which one is it, James?
Yes, because it's a closed circle.
It's a closed circle, so yes, we want that equal sign under it. What number am I gonna put there? Liam?
2.
A 2, because it's right above that. Circle is above the 2. But now I need to have my inequality to get that 2 as an answer. What do you think I could put? N plus something is going to be less than or equal to something, and I want my answer to be 2. Bennett.
N plus 1 equals 2.
Well, if I did n plus 1 is less than or greater than 2, if I subtract 1 is 2 minus 1, 2. Oh, you're on a good track. Well, what do you think I would need to put there? If I want 2 to be my answer,
4.
is 4 minus 1, 2?
3.
3. That would work. N plus 1 is less than or equal to 3, because when I subtract that 1, I get that 2 for an answer. So when it says write an inequality, that's this. N plus 1 is less than or equal to 3. And then n is less than or equal to 2. So just like what we had done in the last unit, what you could do is you could say 2 plus or minus something was that. So here we would say, okay, if I'm going to put a 1 right there, 2 plus 1, well, I know that's 3. Because I know I'm going to plug that 2 in for my n. Okay? So you're going to see if you can figure out what the other number line's inequality could look like. Is there only one answer for this? No, there could be lots of different answers. But you have to make sure that that n is going to be less than or equal to 8. You need to decide less than, equal, greater than, equal. You need to decide what that inequality is. But that n, you're going to plug an 8 in order to get it. Any questions? Okay, so we've got about 14 minutes of work time. Make sure you're understanding it. You can come and check yours with me if you need to. Remember, if you have any past due Khan Academies from last week, today is Thursday, they have to be done by tonight or your grade is going to stay. I had a couple of people tell me, hey, I worked on a couple of them, but you might still have another one that you need to finish up. So if you check Blackbaud, check to see, do you have any missing? If you do, make sure you get it done, okay? So check Blackbaud, see what's missing from last week, January 30th. We had them do. Get caught up on your Khan Academy. We're getting new assignments tomorrow, so I'm taking those missings off. Tomorrow morning I'll be taking them off, and we'll see if your grade's going to improve or not. Right? Packet number 7 is due next week, Tuesday. So the video is online. I know some people turned them in yesterday. I have not had a chance to correct those yet. I'm going to work on that right now. If you are watching at home, I hope you are well, and I hope to see you soon. Have a wonderful day.